Let me explain. Studios today. We're talking about between one video from 13 to 5. We're going to do 5 reactions in one video. I'm not doing one video thing from the next videos this time. We're going to be doing 5. So let's get to this. We have the girlfriend theory. Let's go.
My love life. Yeah, let's talk about my love life here for a moment. And that's about the amount of time that it takes to talk about it, a moment. Because my love life is non-existent. I could go off about why that is, but in the interest of not completely scaring off any future love interest, we won't be riding Rebecca's emotional baggage today. Instead, I'm going to talk about this weird phenomenon that has happened to me, I want to say, at least 5 times recently. And by the time something happens for the 5th time, it becomes a pattern. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, and before I go further, I realized that this old video has caused a little bit of confusion. Trust me, honey, I don't see men, period, let alone someone else's husband. Here is my grand non-reveal of the sex that I'm attracted to. Sorry, ladies, but I'm straight. Though I think you're all beautiful, while I haven't been on many dates or anything, I still periodically get guys who flirt with me. Sometimes they're guys I've known in person, and sometimes they're guys I've only ever known online. I've done a lot of the latter lately. But here is the gist of what happens. A guy I know well enough will flirt with me for a little while, usually in my DMs on social media sites like Facebook and Twitter. Nothing spicy, just some cute banter and compliments and the general just paying attention to me kind of thing. Enough that you know it's flirting. But after a while of this, they'll just suddenly disappear or stop responding to the conversation. And then not 3 weeks later, they will have suddenly acquired a girlfriend.
A girlfriend? Wait, a girlfriend? What kind of secrets does he have? What kind of secrets does he have?
What? I am not joking. I'm not naming any names, of course, but this actually happens. And it sucks, because a couple of guys I was kind of interested in. Except one. Oh boy, I was in the middle of getting a pedicure one day, and he tweeted me that he had just found a girlfriend, and I was like, woo! That was the only time this curse worked in my favor. But seriously, you can imagine that this all began to hurt my feelings after a while. One guy after another, showing interest, disappearing, and then immediately getting a girlfriend. It made me asking things like, what's wrong with me? Is it something I'm doing? And one day I just finally made up my mind that, wow, I'm the practice girl. I've become the crash test dummy you practice your moves on, build up your confidence, and then go after the big fish. The day I figured this out, it was both amusing and disheartening, and I thought, well, I'll make a joke out of it. So the summer of 2016, I tweeted, I've noticed a pattern. Guys will flirt with me for a brief period of time in my DMs, and then immediately find a girlfriend. I'm the practice girl.
Wait, so she is the practice girl. Out of all girls, she's the one.
Oh, it's me. I'm so pitiful. Honestly, I posted that tweet because I thought, well, this is weird enough to be entertaining in a schadenfreude type way. You know, getting pleasure from the fact that you can say, well, at least I'm not her. But yeah, a little part of me did post that tweet just to, complain. Just a smidge. I posted the tweet and immediately so many of you said such nice things to lift my spirits, and I really appreciated it. But then, one of you turned the entire mood of that tweet on me. @J_Biggity said this. So what you're saying is, if I just keep saying nice things to you, I might find a girlfriend. And then suddenly, all was made clear. I'm not the practice girl. I'm the girlfriend fairy!
Girlfriend fairy! Oh no!
One for you, and one for you, and one for you! You get a a girlfriend, and you get a girlfriend.
So find love, not like a match. But hit up the girlfriend fairy and she said she'll do you a girlfriend spread like facts.
I've lost my mind, in case you haven't noticed. No, but in all seriousness, that one humorous statement really made me feel better, and even inspired me artistically, as you can see. I don't know why that weird pattern with you guys keeps happening, but this whole thing has really been a reminder that if you look at your problems from a funny angle, they don't look so much like problems anymore. And when you come to that place where you can just laugh at the things that get you down, they become easier to handle. It takes away a little bit of the power your problems have over you. Alright, explainers and entertainers, that's all I got. But hey, if you continue to like, comment, and subscribe, mayhaps you'll get a girlfriend too.
Thank you.
I don't know if my fair covers those. Don't forget to click that little bell icon below to get a ping every time I upload. I'm also really talkative on Twitter, so follow me there too if you want. Thank you so much for tuning in, but now...
Alright, next one up, the second one. The Curious Disney Security Guard.
You know those weird people that are like super into Disney parks and they buy an annual pass every year and have all of the and
Disney World.
Yeah, that's me. My family's actually part of the Disney.
What do you call it? Disneyland or Disney World?
I have spent a lot of time in Disney parks. In fact, my family just came back from a vacation there in October of 2016.
Okay.
We were there for the festival. If you haven't done that, you really should. Highly recommend. So much fun and delicious food.
Yes, sir.
We're headed over to Epcot, and at the entrance of every single Disney park is a security bag check. And what that basically means is there's a row of tables, and at the end of each table is a security guard, and the security guard opens your bag, they look inside, and then they send you on your way. That's it.
Good to go.
Straightforward, and they have been doing it for years. I'm gonna reiterate the Disney Pro. If I'm gonna carry a bag, it is small, and I only carry the essentials. But that particular day, one of the essentials was, well, an item of delicate nature, secured by a small drawstring bag. Now, I'm not going into details because I can't really gauge the sensitivity of my audience. I know a lot of you are dudes, so that makes this worse. But if you really want to know what was in that bag, just pause the video and Google search menstrual cup. Shorthand explanation, it's a period thing. You're big boys, you can handle it. So I got up to the front of this security line, and the security guard checking bags is a young fella, my age, maybe younger. He took my bag, opened it up, and reached for the front pocket. Let me remind you, for years I have watched Disney security guards open my bag, look inside, and that's it. But to my dismay, this young security guard reached into the front pocket of my bag and pulled out my hairbrush. My first thought was, a little strange. Well,
strange if you think about it.
He put it back, reached into the second pocket, and pulled out my wallet.
Because me for real. She's like me for real.
Is he actually going to pull out and show everybody everything in my bag? Wait! But before I could stop him or say anything, he had put back my wallet and reached into the third pocket.
What's the third pocket?
That contained my little drawstring bag. Within a moment, this young, unknowing security guard had a very sensitive item in his hand.
Wow.
Having proven himself the curious type, one could hardly blame me for what I did.
Curious.
In my shock, I blurted out without really thinking, "You don't want to open that bag."
Yeah, he is kind of curious if you think about it.
Tell me something. In a high-stress security check situation, say, like at the airport, do you ever think it's a good thing for a security guard to use the words, "You don't want to open that bag"? This young security guard gave me a deer in the headlights. "Don't want to open that bag." This young security guard gave me a deer in the headlights look like I have never seen before in my life. I mean, for all he knew, this young woman standing across from him was trying to harbor in a small explosive device.
I'm sure. Wait, what?
Giving him a look of terror like she
explosive device? No way.
He looked at the bag in his hand and very subtly squeezed it. I could see the color drain from his cheeks.
Of course, man. Why?
After a moment, he said,
What'd he say?
I think I want to open this bag.
Do not look what's
I
inside
put it
it.
back and pushed the purse towards me. Have a magical day, ma'am.
Have a magical day, Thrill.
You too, buddy.
Man, she snatched that bag.
I'd wash that hand if I were you. Moral of the story, keep your grimy mitts out of my purse. Oh, and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Hey, explainers and entertainers.
Alright, next one up, the third one. Baseball defending a fan. That's crazy.
Hello, my geeks and peeps, my explainers and entertainers, my little oodle lollies, Rebecca Parham here.
Throughout
Throughout my life, I've had a handful of noteworthy, people who habitually seek out to harm or intimidate those whom they perceive as vulnerable. Oh,
As
sorry.
vulnerable?
YouTube now demonetizes
That's
the
good.
word, and I don't mean Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. At my
Don't
preparatory
say it
school,
3
most of my
times.
classmates didn't like me and
I'm
picked
joking,
me from time
guys.
to
I'm
time.
joking.
But a few of them made it a more regular thing. One such individual was a girl that we'll call Millie. She was a troubled young soul.
She's a troublemaker.
Had difficulty understanding
that
why people
Glenstone?
got upset when she punched them. Ah, come on, we were just having fun. To be fair, I wasn't her only
Alright.
target. She was an equal opportunity irritant. She tormented girls, boys, big kids, small kids, kids that climb on rocks, everyone.
Wait, who's that?
Irritant.
Who's
She
the kid?
tormented girls, boys, big kids.
Wait, is that Dexter? Is that Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory? Mm-hmm. I like that show. Wait, kind of looks like Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory.
Small kids, kids that climb on rocks, everyone. And she did
Dexter
everything
Laboratory's crazy.
to physical violence. When you're young, adults tell you to stand up to kids like her, defend the innocent, be a hero, do the right
Defending
thing.
the innocent.
What they don't tell you is that
Facts.
sometimes doing the right thing still gets you in trouble. Millie, I know you're probably out there growing up with
Facts,
a better
facts.
person, but I'm using you as an example. On with the show. It
On
was
with the
6 years
show.
when Millie and I had our little incident. That year we had gotten a brand new kid we'll call Greg. Greg was a
Hey.
soul too. He had a very poor family life. All of the kids in the class relentlessly picked on him, and he also
that's
retaliated not
messed
with his
up.
words, but his fist. He hated
That's messed
everyone,
up,
and
man.
everyone hated him. Well,
Why?
except me. Seeing how he was a fellow social outcast, I couldn't bring myself to be mean to him. And in turn, he was never mean to me. You could even say we were friendly for a while.
Friendly.
Not at
Let's
this tiny
go.
school, we didn't have a cafeteria, we all ate in the gym. So one lunchtime, Greg and I
In
were
the
sitting on the
gym?
bleachers eating and talking.
Oh,
Now,
tell me.
when Greg wasn't pummeling the kids,
Yeah, my dear,
him,
my
he kept
name's
his
up.
journal. Probably should have been his first choice for emotional expression, but hey, I'm no psychologist.
But
He
hey,
had his journal sitting out next to him on the bleachers. As we talked, Millie came over. You remember her. She stood there chatting with us until she spied Greg's journal.
Greg's
Ooh,
journal.
this.
Uh-oh.
Don't touch it. It's my journal.
A journal? Come on, let's see it.
In a flash, Millie snatched the book out of his hand and
Ooh.
ran off with it. Greg
She got
chase and
reinforced.
gave him Millie
No
in the
lie, look
girls'
at us.
locker room. By the time I caught up with the two, Greg was standing just outside the locker room, Millie was standing just inside with the door open, and she was reading
Uh-oh,
from
what
his journal
happened?
out loud to the other girls inside, knowing full well he couldn't go in to stop her.
Oh
And
my
remember,
God.
Greg was a troubled kid. There might have been some
A
real
troublemaker,
stuff in that
indeed.
journal that she was about to spill everywhere. I saw all of this
Uh-oh,
unfold in
man.
front of me, and I knew I had to do something. This was not right. Time to stand up, as the adults say. So I ran into
Yes,
the locker room
sir.
and began tussling with Millie for the journal. No one was getting
Gotta
hurt,
stand up-
mind you, just
stand up to your
pushing and
friend.
tumbling. But tug of war quickly escalated into war.
It's a
My
mess.
guess is who took it too far. We struggled for about 10 seconds before it happened. The next thing I knew, she grabbed my wrist and bit down as hard as she could. I screamed full voice and let go of the journal. When she finally let go of me, I looked down at my wrist to see a perfectly gruesome bite in my skin. And it was already nearly one into those serrated indentions, it was already starting to bruise, and it was slobbery.
That's
Thankfully,
crazy
she
for
didn't
real,
bite
for
my
real.
skin, because listen, human bites are nothing to sneeze at. Do a Google search. Mayo Clinic says to seek emergency care if the skin is broken. Apparently, people have
Facts,
photogenic
facts.
mouths full of dangerous bacteria. Actually, that kind of makes you rethink kissing.
Oh my God.
You actually bit me! What the hell is wrong with you?
Very well defending a friend.
Suddenly,
Oh.
Millie wasn't so concerned about Greg and his
Don't
journal
run.
anymore. I marched right to the nurse's office.
You went straight to the nurse's office.
When I showed the nurse the bite, she disinfected it and called the principal.
Dang.
Got sent to his office.
That's her there too.
When it was Millie's turn to tell hers, she actually had the gall to say, when she put her arm across my back,
The gall to say that. For real. Wow.
I couldn't breathe. She was about to suffocate me. So you see, I had no choice.
Yeah, she's lying. She's a liar.
Your Honor, that's not how the human body works. No, I didn't say anything in that moment.
This feels funny.
It was my turn to talk. And honestly, I was getting a little freaked out because the principal was acting like I was just as guilty as Millie. I don't know if you honestly believe
You got in trouble too?
listened to our stories and said, well, because both of you were horse playing in the bathroom, you're both in
I
trouble.
was playing in the bathroom though.
Calling your parents.
Why?
Rebecca,
Tell me why.
and Millie, normally I'd give you 5 as well. But
Oh, wow.
the second time I've seen you in my office this year, you'll be getting 10.
Oh my gosh.
Several objections. Get this straight. My crime, my punishable offense, was getting bitten while defending another kid. And the person who bit me
Rebecca was doing the right thing.
would have gotten the exact
If you think
same
about it,
punishment as me
She was doing the right
for
thing.
her second offense. Excuse me.
The
who
second
hurt you?
offense.
Yeah, sure.
Did
Politely
self-defense.
ask the little sadist for the journal back, like she'd actually give it back. But I don't
Turn
know who-
back.
There is a very big difference between tug of war to get stolen property back and a full-blown bite that could have potentially ended in a hospital trip. Lord help us, Becca's angry. Even as outrageous as it all was, I was
Outrageous.
beside myself.
Just
All I could think
outrageous,
about in
man.
that moment was that I was in trouble. I was supposed to be the good kid, the peacekeeper, the clean record. 5 demands.
Oh, wow.
He's calling my parents. They only do that for the bad kids. Am I a bad kid now?
No, you
Mom and
still
Dad would be
think,
so
man.
mad at me. He sent us back to class, and for the rest of the day, I was a nervous wreck, dreading the sound of that final bell. For sure, the principal.
Wait, isn't the lunch bell?
I was a goner. Well, the end of the day came, and I solemnly walked to my mom's car. It felt like I was walking to my own execution. I got
Uh-oh.
in and silently awaited my fate.
No,
Hey, so
okay.
we're gonna be here a little bit longer.
That's not
We're just
okay.
at basketball practice. That's it?
The hell is this?
No screaming? No lecture?
Shit, miss. Good.
punishment?
Perfect.
She's not even gonna bring it up? I was a tad confused.
Let's tag along.
Wait a minute.
What?
She didn't get a call from the principal. She doesn't know what happened.
Oh no.
Well, that's not right. She needs
That's
to know.
not right.
Or I got this bite on my arm for nothing. Look what Millie did to me. Oh, hell no.
But you handle it like real man.
Explain!
Hey, she stands in that room pretty quick.
Knave! We were in that principal's office for a good half
Wait,
hour.
before the there.
Calmly
But she barged into that room.
explained over and over and over again the absurdity of it all. How backwards it is to punish a child for essentially being assaulted, especially while defending another child. Here I was
Standing on
she was gonna
business.
be mad at me. By the end of it, she couldn't convince the principal to remove the 5 demerits, but it almost didn't matter anymore. I had done what's right. I stood up for what I believed in. And the people that mattered knew it. It may come with consequences, but doing good is its own reward. And after that day, Millie backed off. And rarely bothered me or Greg ever again. Just goes to show what can come from one act of bravery.
Right. Break me to do
I
nothing.
hope you're all doing okay during this strange time. But I wanted to show you what the Creator Inc. team and I have been working on. I'm really excited about
That's
this.
good.
We have a new Witch of the Woods themed collection out, available.
Witch
for
of the
pre-order.
Woods?
We're also
I
bringing
didn't buy
back
that
the
one.
Geek is Strong with this one t-shirt as well. All of these items will be available
That's
for 2
good.
weeks to pre-order. And if you really like all 3 of the Witch of
That's
the Woods
good.
items, you can get them in a nifty little bundle and save some money. I'll leave a link to the shop in the description below.
That's alright. That's one up. Blood on my windshield. Folks. Blood on my windshield.
I live in Texas, and in Texas there's an abundance of wildlife, which means there's an abundance of roadkill, which means there's an
Roadkill.
abundance
Come
of
on, man.
buzzards. Abundance. So about the time that I graduated
Abundance?
high school, one day my mom and I were driving down the highway, And just ahead of us on the median strip was something that you see a lot in my area. A deer carcass and a buzzard feeding on it. Now, when you're young and you're trying to learn how to drive in my neck of the woods, they always say, watch the buzzards on the side of the road, because they're bad for you and have trouble taking off from the ground. So my mom and I are keeping an eye on this buzzard ahead of us, and in his beak is a huge chunk of carrion. Carrion, word of the day, means dead, decaying meat. Even
that's what it is.
See,
Yeah.
Pun intended. And
Don't pun intended.
He starts flapping his wings.
Flap the wings.
He might. And he did. I start yelling, Mom is yelling, there is no time to slam on the brakes. And
slam on the brakes.
The buzzard bloody putrid meat all
That's some blood in the windshield right there.
The smell. Words cannot describe the puke factor here. My scream.
I was passed out, real. I was passed out. No, I forget.
Terror had turned into that shocked laughter that you sometimes do when you have a near-death experience.
Yeah,
couple that with violent gagging.
Y'all passed out, man. Yeah, I'm puking.
Being the responsible adult that she is, immediately pulled into a self-serve car wash, and I pulled out my camera.
Another million years will that happen.
What is this?
So look at where it is.
I'm not going to car wash. Sorry.
Are you filming it?
So, Mom, you want to explain to us what just happened?
We were driving down, and a frickin' buzzard flew over the road and was like flying low, and I honestly thought we were going to hit it, and it held a bunch of crap in its beak, and as we drove underneath it, it dropped all of its stuff on top of my car.
Oh, they refer to that.
And Becca said it
They refer to the incident.
Well, who would stuff all over the front
It's all that blood tanks on the windshield.
car?
We have to do a whole car wash.
We were late to wherever we were going. Watch for buzzards, kids.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for the buzzards. Wait, last one is selling your soul for your fame. Why?
Hey everyone, before the video begins, a huge new merch drop in the store called the Warm and Cozy Collection. It's got
Warm and Cozy, let's go!
Curiosity's blanket and a Witch of the Woods varsity hoodie and matching
Woods, let's go!
We've ever made. It is super high quality and I love the patches all over it. Link in the description below. Now on with the spoops.
Alright, what's happening? Let's go. Dear doers with the eyes. Okay? Who's there?
It's just you. Sorry, I thought you were something else. Hey, explainers and entertainers.
Okay?
Happy Halloween!
Don't
just dangle off my balcony like a creeper. Come on up. Got pumpkin pies cooling in the kitchen. Should be enough for everyone when they're done.
Okay?
Don't worry about that storm. Pretty sure it's gonna pass right by us. But it certainly sets the mood, doesn't it? You know, living out here in this treehouse alone in the woods is pretty great. Can't complain. Nope, not at all.
Not at all.
Except, I mean, sometimes your brain kinda plays tricks on you. Like, I don't know, making you see things out of the corner of your eyes, or hear things following you in the woods. Clearly the spooky season is getting to me. Anyways, when I was thinking about what I could possibly do for Halloween, suddenly this ghost story just kind of came to me.
Okay.
So while I carve up a pumpkin, I'll spin you a tale about greed, pride, and being careful what you wish for.
Just gotta be careful what you wish for.
Once upon a time, there was a poor musician who lived alone with his daughter. He dreamed of one day having riches beyond his wildest fantasies, his name being known far and wide in the pages of history. One night, the musician sought the counsel of Satan himself, asking him his desires. Satan agreed.
Give me some bedtime stories.
That it would cost his soul, and the life he would receive may not be what he expected. The musician waved away the warning and demanded his wish be fulfilled. So, taking the musician's soul as payment, Satan granted fame and fortune upon his house.
Yeah.
Soon the musician began to travel from town to town playing his music for the crowd while his daughter sang and danced. But though the musician played beautifully, he became enraptured not by his music, but by the charm and talent of his daughter. They cheered her name and threw coins at her feet. Soon she had become so well known that they were called upon to perform in the houses of lords and ladies, in large, majestic theaters for hundreds of onlookers, and even for members of royalty. The musician and his daughter became fabulously wealthy, and everyone from pauper to prince knew the daughter's name and face. The musician wanted for nothing and rubbed elbows with the highest of elite society.
Wow, that's
He
crazy.
became bitter, jaded,
That's crazy.
and lonely. He realized that no one cared for him or his music. They only spoke of his daughter. The man's legacy was not his own, but that of his child's. For this, I traded my immortal soul? It cannot be, he cried. Regret and vanity consumed the man, blinding his heart. He desperately wished to take it all back, to return to a moment in time before he made his deal. The musician called upon Satan again, looking to undo what had been done. But the Prince of Darkness said that only a great sacrifice could break the deal. If he wanted to return back in time, he must kill his daughter, and thereafter live his new life without her. With a heart completely consumed by darkness, the musician agreed. But unknown to him, his daughter had been eavesdropping and overheard the demonic arrangement. She ran for her life as far away as she could, where no one knew her name or face. She hid herself from the world and disappeared, never to be seen again. Her father searched for her the rest of his life, relentlessly seeking to complete his part of Satan's deal. He walked the earth, no longer a man, but a monster.
This is getting spooky.
For years, he eventually succumbed to death.
This is getting spooky for
But it's
me.
believed his soul is cursed by Satan to forever search for his daughter, eternally found for a bargain he'll never be able to complete.
Is that all it?
They say when his spirit is near, you can feel his
Give me some
glowing eyes
scary
on you.
bedtime story vibes.
You hear a second set of footsteps when you walk alone. Be careful the mad musician doesn't take you instead.
Okay?
Thank you so much for tuning in, but now
Now. Right. 2 hours.
I gotta tune out.
Right.
Get some candles. Bye.
The candles are flat. Went out. Of course.
Man, there's broken glass everywhere, and I gotta go.
Yeah. Man. I have a lot of editing to do there. I'm hot. But those were fun. Let me swing studio video marathon. Let me explain studio 5-1. Alright, so don't get to right. Triples and aces, applications, and thoughtful self-learning time. Man, I was a lot of editing to do after this.